Hi friends, Renee Keys here with Caroline of Creative, and I'm here with card making ideas for you. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'm going to do something really different. I am going to show you how to make cards from one of our kits. If you have never seen a kit and what comes in that box, when we say everything is in the box to make the project, I'm going to show you what that looks like today. So today I'm going to use the Christmas Wishes kit, and that kit will make 4 each of these 2 card designs. So this kit makes a total of 8 cards, and literally everything you need comes inside this box when you order this box. So I'm going to flip the camera down and open this box and show you what's in it, and then go ahead and start making a card. So first thing you see are instructions. Everything is in here step by step to show you what you need to do. They're numbered, how to make the card. There is even a QR code on the back here that you can scan, and it will take you to a video that gives you more step-by-step instructions. So everything is right here. And this kit includes, there is a picture right here. It includes everything that's shown here. So you get the card bases, you get really pretty envelopes. I'll show you that in a minute. And a stamp and an ink pad and all the stamps and dimensionals, everything you need. So you've got a block for putting your stamps on. We have tear and tape adhesive. This is an ink spot, so it's like a mini ink pad, and this is sufficient to do all these cards and then some. The foam dimensionals, which make things pop up off the back of the cards. Here are my stamps. I've already got a couple removed, so I'm ready to get started, but all the stamps for making these cards. I should have kept this stuff out. The envelopes are gorgeous. They're kind of a matte, shiny, that doesn't, they're sparkly. I shouldn't say shiny. It is a matte finish, but they're really pretty envelopes that coordinate with the banners because they have the gold edging too. So you've got, pages of these punch-out banners. You've got the greenery, the foliage to be punched out, and then we're going to stamp onto that. So I'm going to need that. I'm going to need a card base, and yep, that's all the rest of the stuff in the box. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to pull out my card base, and you see even the inside is pretty. We're going to stamp our sentiment in there. But I'm going to go ahead and fold my card base in half so that I'm ready to start with that. I'm going to need half of what's on this sheet. So I'm going to need a big set of the spray here. And then they do punch out easy. I'm trying to be gentle here. So I'm going to just lift these right out. If I hold it up, it won't make noise on the box. And I'll have those ready to go. And if you prefer, stamping on a sheet, you could have left it on there and done the stamping and gotten this all prepped and ready to go. And then same thing with this. You could stamp all of these in one go. I'm just going to pull out what I need to do right now. So I'm just going to remove this banner, and then I can close up the box and kind of slide it out of my way. Okay, and this goes on the envelope, so I will pull out an envelope so I can show that at the very end because it makes it really, really pretty. Okay, there's my adhesive. Now, first thing I want to do is I'm going to stamp my banner. And so I just happened to have pulled out one of my bigger blocks so that I could use a couple different blocks, but totally not necessary because you can simply put your stamp onto the block. I do want to get it straight. Use it and then pull it off and move on to the next stamp. So it's that simple. Now what I did is I had already laid this out to know roughly where I wanted to put it. And that's how I mounted it on the block. And I'm going to, instead of inking, well, I'll ink this one that way. I'll show you 2 different ways to ink depending on the size of the stamp. So I'm just going to tap it across like I would normally ink. And the beauty of these is that because you can see through it, you can tell that it's inked perfectly. There's ink on all the letters. Okay, so I'm going to 1, 2, 3. And get a nice transfer. There we go. So now I'm going to go ahead and stamp the inside of the card. And because this is a larger stamp, I'm going to do it the opposite way. I'm going to lay this down and go over the top. It's just easier. I find it easier than trying to ink it the other way, but either way works, whatever works for you. And now I'm going to, looks like I have a little light spot, and I still have some adhesive on this, so it wants to stay shut. Let's make sure, yeah, the word love was a little light. So let me just line this up in here. You could center it, you could put it toward the top, you can do whatever. I guess I'm gonna try to center it because there's room under it to sign or to write a note inside the card. So there we have it. I now have stamped the inside of my card. So I have my card base ready to go. And I just did this the wrong direction. It can go either way. I'm just going to wing it as I go. This card could go this way. That's the way they showed the design, but because I just stamped it up and down instead of sideways, I'm going to make it go the other way. And you have total flexibility when you're doing this. So again, there's no wrong. There's no mistakes. There's just room for creativity and finding a solution. So now I'm going to pull out the smaller die and stamp. It's these leaves right here. Let me slide this out of my way. Keep this within camera. Okay, so I'm going to ink up. And again, this doesn't have to be perfect. You can see through it to have some idea that you're lined up. But it's that simple. You're outlining the leaf, and if it's a little over to the side, in fact, I'll probably do some intentionally that way before I'm done. A damp paper towel will also work for cleaning these stamps. You know, if you don't have a stamp and scrub like I do, it's not a big deal. You know, there's other ways to clean these stamps. Okay, so here we go. I'm now going to stamp the bigger leaves. There we go. And it's just adding another layer of color and dimension. And like I said, I'm not too worried about these being exact. It's all about, I should hold this down a little longer. I'm going to make that one dark. Yep. So I've got dark and light. It's all about I think it's the variety. 1, 2, 3. And get some ink on there. 1, 2, 3. And that should be it for my stamping. Didn't take me very long to do all these parts and pieces that I need for this card. So now, instead of going sideways, if I was going to go this way, this is what I would have done. I would have laid out on an angle. This is what the instructions should tell you to do. And then I would have tucked these in. Here we go. Kind of in that gap. And then put this across the center. And because I made the mistake of stamping vertical, one card's vertical and one's horizontal, I'm now going to go the opposite direction. So now I'm going to put these top and bottom. I'm going to put this off to the side, but you can see how I've kind of got everything on the center here, and that's where I'm going to put my sentiment. So I'm going to use the tear and tape. And all you need is one piece. And it can be, there's my edge. A couple inches is going to be plenty to go ahead and hold this on the card. So I'm just going to flip all these over, and I'm ready now to put tear and tape on all of these pieces. Yep, that way. And this, because it's smaller, really it doesn't need quite as long of a piece. Like that. And like this. Okay, and now you peel up a corner. You see I'm just using my thumbnail, flicking it. It comes up pretty easily. I pull the backings off. And of course, there'll always be one that wants to be a little bit persnickety. So there it was. There was my 1 out of the 4. Okay, so these are ready to adhere to my card. I'm going to start with the bigger pieces first. and make sure I get them positioned. I think they need to kind of go on an angle. So you can play with this. You could go straight up and down if you liked it up and down. I mean, like I said, there is no right or wrong. Every card you make could be a little bit different. I'm now going to tuck these in this way. Okay. All right, so this is what it looks like so far. Pretty winter greenery, foliage, and berries on the card. Now, I'm going to put my sentiment on here, and now I will use the dimensionals. So I'm going to put one on either end, and one up here, and one up here. I think it's going to take 6. And I'm going to show you how to use everything. I'm going to tear that apart and put that onto just a little support to make it pop up off the base of the card. And again, I'm just using my thumb to pull those off. Easy peasy. And then I'm going to put this across. So now it looks like it's a spray coming out from behind my sentiment. So that's the card. And then to finish the touches here, pretty labels to go on your card, on your envelope front rather. So I'm going to, I mean, you could center this, you could put it wherever you feel like it needs to go. I'm going to put mine a little bit over to the right. And now I still have room to put an address label, you know, my return address label. So now I have a very pretty coordinating card and envelope. And as I said, this kit will make a total of 8 cards. So you get the Christmas wishes and the Merry, Merry, Merry. Now, I should open this up too, show you how this is supposed to go. I even switched up and did one that said Merry, Merry Christmas. And I used the Christmas stamp that was on here. You could substitute if you have other stamps. Anything that would fit within these banners, it is fair game. So there's a lot of ways to play with this. So those are my tips for today. The month of October, all these card kits are on sale right now. Up to 30% off. That's a great deal. So if you're looking for a fun project that you can do in an evening, I'm guessing you could do all 8 cards in maybe 90 minutes at the most. That once you start stamping this and getting everything prepped and ready, the assembling goes together pretty quickly, and you will have 8 really pretty cards that would be handmade to send out for Christmas. So that's my tip for today. If you like the products and the projects, look me up. I'm at Carolina Creative or hashtag Carolina Creative. You can also find me on the Stampin' Up! Network, Renee Keys. Stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching.